ಏನೇನೂ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ರೈವರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅನಂತ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೇನು ಅಂಥ ಘನಿಷ್ಠವಾದಂಥ ನಮಗೇನು ಸ್ನೇಹ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾನು RSS ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕ, ಅವರು RSS ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರು. ಸೊ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನನಗೆ ಪೂರ್ಣ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇದೆ ಅವರು ಈ ಘಟನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಕೈವಾಡ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರಮೋದ್ ಮುತಾಲಿಕ್ನಿಗೆ ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಗೆ ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, RSSಗೆ ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವರ ಹೆತ್ತ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆದರೆ ನಾನು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ನನಗಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಲಾರರು, ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು ನಾನು ಸಿದ್ಧತೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
Now we get an explanation as to what really happened. Today, the leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha, Arun Jaitley, offered an explanation as to what transpired on Sunday.
You see, स्टेट के लोगों ने लोकल लेवल पे, वो भी कोस्टल कर्नाटका में ये निर्णय लिया. मुझे जब पता चला, मैंने दिल्ली में बात की. दिल्ली में किसी को मालूम भी नहीं था, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष तक को मालूम नहीं था, हमारे संगठन मंत्री को भी मालूम नहीं था. एंड ऑल ऑफ अस रिएक्टेड इन द सेम वे कि आज इसकी करने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं थी और इसको अवॉइड करना चाहिए, और इसलिए स्टेट को सलाह दी गई कि इसको कैंसिल किया जाए.
Jaitley's explanation now indicates that the decision to induct the self-styled upholder of Hindu culture was taken at the local level. He also added that Mutalik didn't have the blessings of the central leadership, and the Congress was not found wanting. Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Veerappa Moily, said the whole process indicated a very fickle mind on the part of the Saffron Party.
Mutalik issue, how they admitted, why they have denied it, is a matter which is known to them. I will not question about it. But at the same time, this demonstrates the inconsistency, contradiction on the part of BJP, and in that case, how can the Indian electorate can pin hopes on the BJP, which can take anybody at any time and throw out anybody at any time.
Taint and controversy, it appears, have now become companions of the Saffron Party, which hopes to form the next government in Delhi. But will Modi wave silence these controversies is what remains to be seen. A News 9 report.
And meanwhile, in what is considered to be a major loss for the BJP, senior leader Jaswant Singh had decided to part ways with the Bharatiya Janata Party and contest the elections from Barmer as an independent candidate.
Former Union Minister Jaswant Singh formally quit the Saffron Party today. Singh handed over his resignation, putting to rest speculations over his candidature. Earlier in the day, the former party leader filed nomination from Barmer constituency as an independent candidate after the Bharatiya Janata Party denied a ticket for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. Expressing relief after filing the nomination, Singh said that the people would now decide whether he should win or not. Jaswant Singh will now be contesting the elections against BJP leader Colonel Sonaram Chowdhury. It is going to be a tough fight as Chowdhury enjoys the support of Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje. Singh addressed a public gathering at Barmer where he slammed BJP President Rajnath Singh and Vasundhara Raje.
The first person to have hurt me is BJP President Rajnath Singh. This is the second time that he has hurt my sentiments. Second is the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Vasundhara Raje. I am very sad that these two people have betrayed me. They haven't just betrayed me, but the party and its principles as well.
Singh also expressed grief over being betrayed by these two leaders. He also said that the ticket has been given to a person who has lost the elections just 2 months back.
When I found my name missing from the list, I called Rajnath Singh and he said he was on his way somewhere. When he spoke to me later, he told me that the ticket was not going to be given to me. The ticket instead was given to a congressman who until 2 months ago was abusing us.
Singh slammed the party, saying that a clerk was treated better compared to the treatment meted out to him. Earlier, when the party denied giving him a ticket, the party said that they would compensate him after the elections. Jaswant Singh hit back over this remark.
I reject the thought and I reject the mentality behind it. Assumption is that they shall form the government and offer me some throttle. they can keep it for themselves.
However, even after all this, the Saffron Party has not taken any action against the rebel leader. The party said that they will wait until the last state of withdrawals to decide a future course of action. Though Jaswant Singh has filed his nominations and the party has not reacted yet, it however remains to be seen who will finally emerge victorious. A News 9 report.
Well, celebrity wife as well as daughter of Bangarappa, Geeta Shivraj Kumar, today filed her nominations from Shimoga constituency with a JDS ticket, but not without controversies. Well, Geeta Shivraj Kumar, who's also the Bahu of the Rajkumar family, has been accused of taking undue advantage of Annavru's popularity.
It was all about fanfare as Geeta Shivraj Kumar entered the Shimoga DC's office to file her nomination. Accompanied by her husband Shivraj Kumar, brother Madhu Bangarappa and other JDS leaders, Geeta Shivraj Kumar looked confident while taking her first step into politics. Soon after filing her nomination, Geeta Shivraj Kumar addressed the issues bothering the people of Shimoga. She vowed to fight for revision of Arakanat prices, education for children and also reservation for women.
ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಕೊರತೆ ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ವೆದರ್ ಅದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರಸ್ತೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಗೇರ್ ಹುಕುಮ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಅಡಿಕೆದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ದು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಅರಣ್ಯದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್, ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಮೀಸಲಾತಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ.
Geeta also exuberated confidence about her victory in the upcoming polls against BJP strongman Yediyurappa.
ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಇದೆ, ಯಾಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಿರಬಾರ್ದು.
Hat-trick hero, who was also by his wife's side, stated that he will always support her. He further added that women empowerment is the need of the hour.
Support is there for my wife. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆಸೆ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಆಸೆ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿಗೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಭರವಸೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೋಪ್ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೋಪ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗಲೇ ಅದು ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣೋದು, ಅದು ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗೋದು.
Geeta's day with gods. Earlier in the day, Geeta Shivraj Kumar visited a dargah at the Mahavir Circle. On this occasion, the Shivraj Kumar couple offered a chadar to the dargah. After the dargah, the next stop to seek divine intervention was at the Sacred Heart Church. The couple, along with a legion of fans, offered prayers for Geeta's successful journey in politics. The next stop was at Kote Marikamba Temple and Ganesha Temple. After spending a considerable amount of time with gods, Geeta Shivraj Kumar headed to the DC's office. But unlike the religious places, the scene was far from being peaceful here. District Congress leaders were all out at the DC's office to protest against the first-time JDS candidate. Protesters urged the DC to take action against Geeta for using Dr. Rajkumar's songs before filing her nomination. Well, for Geeta, it was an eventful day with the gods, fans and the protesters. But will the Election Commission stop Geeta from using Rajkumar's songs? A News 9 report.
The election season is surely gaining momentum, and with each passing day, we're seeing more and more nominations being filed. Let's take a look at who the other candidates are who have filed nominations today.
Bangalore South. Child rights activist Neena Naik filed her nomination papers from Bangalore South today. The famed activist will be contesting the upcoming polls on a Aam Aadmi Party ticket. The leader was seen arriving at the Jayanagar BBMP office along with supporters. While on one side the Aam Aadmi Party leader was filing her papers, party workers on the other hand were seen cleaning the BBMP office premises. Neena Naik has stated that this was her way of showing the people how she is committed to eliminating corruption from the party.
Chances are very good. We have been on the ground. We have our volunteers. We have a volunteer force, not a paid force. And they are all over the constituency, almost in every lane in the constituency. And there is a general wave. We can observe that wave. And I think people want to change. They've got fed up of corruption at all levels. and you will see how Aam Aadmi wins this time. Corruption-free government, that is our governance, that is our priority, and then reforms, electoral reforms, police reforms, judicial reforms, transparency and accountability, a responsive, action-oriented government, power to women, rights to children and women so that their lives are better, and more dignity. First dignity, then we'll talk about identity.
Bangalore Central. Aam Aadmi Party candidate and former Infosys CFO V. Balakrishnan also filed his nomination papers from Bangalore Central Parliamentary constituency today. Other than his supporters, his wife Chitra too made it for her husband's filing of nomination.
Thank you, Back.
On the occasion, he also declared his assets amounting to 190 crore rupees. Balakrishna is taking on former Karnataka Chief Minister D.V. Sadananda Gowda of BJP and State Congress Youth Wing President Rizwan Arshad in the key segment. Belagavi. Belagavi sitting MP Suresh Angadi too filed his nomination today at the DC office after taking out a massive rally through the streets of Belagavi. Suresh Angadi was accompanied by Yediyurappa, the BJP candidate for Shimoga. But Suresh Angadi's filing of nomination didn't go very smoothly as it was expected. No sooner did he file his candidature official, he was slapped with notice by the DC office for violating Model Code of Conduct. Reportedly, Suresh Angadi was accompanied by more than 5 persons while filing the nomination, which is against the Election Commission rule. Chikkodi. It was a grand affair as former MP Ramesh Katti filed his nomination as BJP candidate from Chikkodi. The former MP was backed by MLA Lakshman Savadi, Duryodhana Aihole, Raju Kage and others. Along with Lakshman Katti, his brother Umesh Katti filed nominations as a dummy candidate. Haveri. With filing of nomination in Haveri on BJP's ticket, incumbent MP Shiv Kumar Udasi made his candidature official. Shiv Kumar Udasi, who was accompanied by his parents, wife and BJP district president Bojraj, looked elated and confident about his victory over other parties from his constituency. After filing the nomination, a massive rally was organized to show Udasi's power. Along with other BJP leaders, Ishwarappa and actor Shruti voiced their support for the man. Hassan. C.H. Jayashankar had deeply aspired for the BJP ticket from Hassan. Today, the happy man walked into the DC's office to make his candidature official. But before visiting the DC's office, Jayashankar visited Basveshwara Nagar temple and offered special prayers to the Almighty. They then organized a big roadshow to drive to the DC's office. Jayashankar was seen with C.T. Ravi, Go Madhusudan and others. With 2 days left for filing of nomination papers, those who filed their nomination papers in Karnataka today included sitting Belgaum District Congress President Lakshmi Hebalkar, Gulbarga JDS candidate Revu Naik Belamagi, JDS candidate from Karwar, Shivananda amongst others. The first 6 days of filing of nomination has certainly seen a lot of influential names. With just 2 more days remaining for the same, it needs to be seen who will make to the DC's office tomorrow. A News 9 report.